Yeah, I just hand it to him anyway. Give it down.
Out here with the mighty kings, man. Kwame Yashala.
Kwame Yashala.
That's right.
You know who you are in there? You know who you believe in the Bible, right? Yeah. All right, you know who you is in the Bible?
Man, I might need to reread.
All right, hey, that's good. Hey, look, at least you're being honest, man. So, according to the Bible, man, the blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indians, we the real Jews in the Bible. We the Israelites, the biblical nationality that we have. If I ask you, what's your nationality, right, or what nation you from, who would you tell me?
Say African American.
African American or what?
Black.
Or black, right? But your pants is what?
Black.
Your hat is
black.
Because your skin though.
Brown.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. So that chopped that right there. Right? So we ain't black because black is a color. We can't get on the plane and go to the nation or the landmass of black. Right? And then we call ourselves African American, right?
Yeah.
So if you know the history on why they call this place Africa, or they call this place America, or they call the place where they snatched us up from, they call that Africa, right? Africa was named after a so-called Roman general named Leo Scipio Africanus. He conquered the brother Hannibal, which is actually an Israelite. He conquered him in the Second Punic Wars between Rome and North Africa, Northeast Africa. That's where we dwelled at, right? So Africa is named after a white man. You know America is named after Amerigo Vespucci. So it's another navigator who monitored the dwelling of the so-called Native Indians before the 13 colonies. So this is the history that they slide up under the books to keep us from knowing who we are according to God, right? So once we get that out of the way, so we ain't African Americans because that's two white men. We don't come from the rod of two white men, right? I just seen your son, right? That's your boy. That's your seed, right? He look like you. You got the same blood. So why we call ourselves two men of a Caucasian race that conquered us? See what I'm saying? So that's not who we are according to the Bible. Somebody give me Deuteronomy 28, right? Let me show you something. Then these are the things that our pastors never showed us. Because guess what? Bro, we used to be out here in the streets.
On that side of
we used to be in the streets. Brothers from, I'm from Baltimore. This brother from Jersey. This brother from Fayetteville. We all done been out here. We know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? But once we realize who we are according to the Bible, we got to change our lives. So you got to Deuteronomy 28. Somebody give me verse 15. You give me 28 and 1. No, you give me 1 and 1. Deuteronomy 1 and 1. Let me show you this. Read this first.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 1.
Listen to this, brother.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
So you know the story of Moses, right? What did God tell Moses to tell the Pharaoh? Let my people go, right? And what were the Israelites in Egypt to the Egyptians? What were they? What was their occupation? They were slaves. They were servants, right? He said, let my people go so they can serve me, right? Because the Egyptians wouldn't let us serve our power. They kept us in oppression. They kept us in the bricks, right? You know what I mean? They kept whipping our back, had our girls for harlots, you know what I mean? Getting our women drunk and, doing all those things that the Most High deemed evil. So read that again. Watch this.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Unto who?
All Israel.
So Moses was an Israelite from the tribe of Levi. And he is speaking to who?
All Israel.
So this ain't a book for everybody. Everybody wasn't with Moses when they came out of Egypt. Only Israel. So that nullifies that he's talking to everybody. Go ahead.
Right. On this side of Jordan in the wilderness.
In the wilderness, right? Remember they wandered in the wilderness for 40 years, right? Go ahead.
In the plain over against the Red Sea.
Against what?
Against the Red Sea.
What sea did Moses part?
Red
The Red Sea, right? Come on.
Between Paran.
Go ahead.
And Tophel and Lebanon.
And these are the cities and the areas that we walked through to leave out of captivity. Now watch this right here. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Now also, remember we just read 1 and 1, so who was Moses talking to? Israel. Now let's see what else he about to say to Israel. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Watch this, brother.
But it shall come to pass.
So it's going to come to pass. Something's going to happen, right?
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If we will not listen unto the voice of who?
thy God.
Thy is a possessor. That's your God. We don't listen to the Most High, our God, right? Go ahead.
To observe,
Uh-huh.
to do all his commandments.
To do what?
All his
We
commandments.
got to do all the commandments. How many commandments they teach you? Well, how many do you think it is? If you could guess a number, you think it's more than 10?
No, I mean, not off the top.
Not off the top, right? Because they don't teach us that where? In the church. There you go. But what if I showed you if I told you it was over 600 laws in the Bible that we must follow? And if we don't follow, what's going to happen? Watch this.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day,
The things that Moses told us we need to do from this day forward, right?
that all these curses,
All these what?
curses,
All these what?
curses,
Is a curse or a good thing or a bad thing, brother?
Bad thing.
That's a bad thing, right? Give me Deuteronomy 28:1. Go ahead.
shall come upon thee
Uh-huh.
and overtake
All
thee.
these things, bad things, will come upon thee, right? And overtake thee, right? Watch this. Hold that. Give me verse 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1.
Watch this.
And it shall come to
It
pass,
shall come to pass.
if thou shalt hearken diligently
Now, if we listen to the Most High diligently,
unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
uh-huh.
to observe and to do all his commandments,
So if we do what He told us to do, go ahead.
which I commanded thee this day,
Right.
that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So there's a gift and a curse. If you do what I tell you in Deuteronomy 28:1, I'm going to bless you with all these things. But if you don't do what I tell you, then I'm going to curse you 3 times more. First curse.
The first curse, cursed thou shalt be in the city.
What'd you say?
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
So when you go to any city, right? Who live in the hood? Who else was there with us?
Hispanics.
Hispanics, right? Who on the reservation? Native Indians, right? Curse shall that be where?
in the city,
In the city, no matter where you go. If you go to Brazil, who in the hood? Us.
Yeah.
Go to Mexico, who down there in El Salvador killing each other? Go to Puerto Rico. Go to Jamaica.
That's right.
Right? Go to Europe. Go to London.
Yeah.
Right? It's
That's
Negroes
right.
in the hood. Right? They got Netflix specials about the boys selling dope over there in London right now.
Yeah.
And they look just like us, talk like us. They just got a little British accent. Go to France and you're a brother. You gonna do in the hood, no matter where we go, right? Go ahead.
and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Curse where?
In the field.
Curse shalt thou be in the field. Now, what is the field that we was cursed in?
Cotton field.
Cotton field, right? What else?
Work everywhere.
Ooh, see. Now you said it. You said not just back then, but even till today. Because who's the first to get fired, but the last to get hired? See what I'm saying? That's a curse in the Bible because we broke the laws, statutes, and commandments. And if we don't know who we are in these last days, we're gonna get the punishment and the judgment that's gonna come. We already going through punishment, right? So now watch this right here. Give me verse 54. Jump over that.
All right. This is the book of
Let me show you a
Deuteronomy,
couple more things, brother.
chapter 28 and verse 44.
Right?
So that the man that is tender among you
Right.
and very delicate.
So we used to deal with each other in love and unity and respect. This brother needs something. Hey man, you need some sugar, you need some eggs, okay, you need some Kool-Aid for the kids, right? You need some diapers over here for your baby. I got you. That's how we used to deal with each other, right? Go ahead.
His eye should be evil towards his brother.
His what?
His brother.
His eyes shall be evil towards his brother. Now you know why you got Bloods versus
Crips.
you got Vice Lords versus GDs,
folks, yeah,
right? But then watch this. Look at the Northern Kingdom or the so-called Latinos. And you got the Latin Kings and the Serenos and the Norteños, right? Who running the cartels? Those are all gangs with brutality against who? The eye evil towards their brother, right? Go ahead.
And toward the wife of his bosom.
So that's your domestic violence. Not only do you have black on black crime in this curse, you got what? Read that part again.
and towards the wife of his bosom.
Now all of us got wives. Before we knew this truth, hey man, no telling what could go down in the crib, right? But now we know that we have to treat the daughters of Zion with a different light, with a different thought process. So we're not evil toward our wives, right? And watch this right here. Tell me who this sounds like. Go ahead.
And toward the remnant of his children.
The remnant of who?
His children.